Now in this lecture, I am going to tell you some important data structures. The important data structures are arrays. Then you'll be learning about stacks, queues, linked lists, trees, and graphs. So before we proceed further, let me tell you one thing. Let me explain it once again, that what is a data structure. Data structures are nothing else but they are programming entities. Actually, these are the entities which are used to store the data in different formats and different structures, right? So as you know, what is the structure of an array? It is it is a continuous group of elements, and these elements are homogeneous elements. So it's a structure, it is the format of the data storage. Similarly, stacks, queues, linked lists, trees, graphs, they have got their own structures and recording formats. Now I will give you an idea of arrays. By definition, we can say that an array is a finite set of homogeneous elements stored in contiguous memory locations. Okay, what is homogeneous? Homogeneous means belonging to the same data type. So it is diametrically opposite to heterogeneous. So homogeneous means belonging to the same data type. So that means an array is a finite set where we can store homogeneous elements. That means elements belonging to the same data type. And you should be aware about this thing, that all these elements, they are stored in contiguous memory locations. I mean to say, the elements will not be stored in a scattered manner. They will be stored in a chain-like structure. So hence I am saying that they will be stored in contiguous memory locations. An array is highly useful when we want to store multiple values belonging to the same data type. For example, see, now suppose I want to store social security numbers of 9 employees. So you can see this is an array. The first element is SSN, and within square brackets I am writing 0. And the value for this first element SSN 0 is 101. The value for the second element is 102. And which is the second element? SSN 1. 1 is written within the square brackets. Now all these 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, these are called subscripts, right? So this is my first element 101, and the element name is SSN0, value is 101. This is the second element name is SSN1, value is 102. This is the third element, the name of the element is SSN2 and the value is 103, and so on. Because in this example I have shown that subscript starts from 0, hence the last subscript is 8, hence total number of elements are 9. Now, as I have explained to you already, here SSN is the array name, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 8 are subscripts. In some languages they are also called indexes. And SSN0, SSN1, SSN2, they are the array elements. Okay. So let's take another example. Suppose my requirement is to store marks of 10 students in an array. So here is the array. A name of the array could be anything. Here the name of the array has been taken to be SC. SC stands for score, or whatever name you want to assign to it. So SC0 happens to be the first element and its value is 90. SS1 happens to be the second element and its value is 92. SC2 happens to be the third element and its value is 98. So what I can say is, what I can derive from this diagram is, SC square bracket 0 pertains to the score of the first student, right? SC square bracket 1 pertains to this element is indicative of the score of the second student. SC2 the score of the third student, which is 98. Hence SC9 happens to be the score of the 10th student. SC square bracket 9, what is it? Array element. And 88 is the value of this array element SC9. And in this example, it denotes the marks, the score of the 10th student. So all these elements, they are stored in contiguous memory locations. Now, The starting subscript varies from one language to another. What I mean to say is there are some computer programming languages where the subscript might start from 1, and in languages like C, C++ and Java, the subscript starts from 0. For example, suppose I am using a language whereby the first subscript starts from 1. So this is the same array that I have shown you in the previous example, in which we try to store the scores of 10 students. So here, as you can see, the first element is SC1. So this pertains to the score of the first student. SC2 pertains to the score of the second student, SC3. So total number of elements are 10, and because the first element was having the subscript 1, that is, the first subscript was being denoted with 1, hence the subscript of the last element was 10. So we will be writing our implementation program in this course using the C language, hence our subscript will start from 0. So in the next lecture, I will be talking about two-dimensional arrays. I will be giving you just an idea about 2D arrays.